you crazy. Oh, we're giving it a Pope. Let's go to the other one. You never heard it.
Well, I'm going away, baby. And I won't see you right. No. I'm going away, baby.
I listen to this too. I listen to some of
what I
it.
say. If I find me a man, yo, baby, you won't be back at all. What I say, see rider. Oh, see rider.
Hey, turn that light up and see if you can turn it up. Oh, you turn that light up?
Last time on the adventures of Captain Geek, little Timmy was trapped in an atomic wedgie. Here now is the conclusion to Underpants of Doom, or Elastic of Justice.
Thanks, Captain Geek, for saving me. I thought I was doomed for sure.
Oh, no need to thank me. It's all Captain Geek. Now that those jocks know how it feels to have a super atomic wedgie, maybe they'll think twice before bullying others. This is Captain Geek saying, remember, boys and girls, today's nerds are tomorrow's executives.
This message is brought to you by the Geek Lounge and the Epic Awesomeness Council. We're also the Geek Lounge.
What's that, Rudy?
This is Cheryl with the Diamond Star Radio Show on VegasAllNetRadio.com. Listen in on Tuesdays at 4 p.m. Learn tips on taking your business to the next level. Maybe you're at $50,000 a year and you want to increase your business to 6 figures. Yeah, it's possible. Join us. Also join us at our business-to-business mixers. Check out our page on VegasAllNetRadio.com for those locations and times. We'll see you there.
Hi, I'm DJ Tim Dope. Come join us every Saturday night at...
I'm basing everything on the feedback.
You're listening to Vegas All Night
Feedback is telling me don't
the
publish.
final frontier of free speech.
Right? I thought you had to be in New York to do a publisher. Or on the East Coast for that.
That's funky, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, this live from Las Vegas, Nevada. This is Uncut Sports Talk. Vegas Uncut Sports Talk. Keep that going, Randy. Keep that going. That's my shit. That's my shit. That sounds good. We're live in Las Vegas tonight. This is Tuesday night, every Tuesday night, right here on VANR, VegasAllNetRadio.com. It is Uncut Sports Talk with Geoff and Pope, taking it tonight all the way. We're talking about upsets and surprises. We're talking about the Texans, New Orleans dodging the Bucs late. College football tonight. We're going to talk about college football. Hey, a big congratulations going out to Biggs, doing it twice, 2 weeks in a row. Yeah. Biggs got $25 coming at you. It's on its way. And
Damn, he won again?
Yeah. And Taylor.
That was last week.
No, Taylor was the week before.
Oh, yeah, week before.
Yeah, but I just now got around to getting it off.
Oh, okay. Damn, Rudy, we're about to go broke up here, man.
$25 American Express gift card coming at you down there in Homestead, doing it up again. This is Vegas Uncut Sports Talk, and we're live. If you got some picks tonight, remember, 4 picks.
It's 4 now.
It's 4 now, man. 3 was too easy. 4 picks and $25 is all yours. The teams you have to choose from for Sunday, October 28th, the Patriots at the Rams, Colts at Titans, Jaguars at Packers, Chargers at the Browns, Falcons at Eagles, Seahawks at Lions, Dolphins at the Jets, Panthers at Chicago Bears, Redskins versus the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Oakland Raiders versus the Kansas City Chiefs, New York Football Giants against the Dallas Cowboys again for the second time this season, and the New Orleans Saints at the Denver Broncos. Monday night's game will put the 49ers up against the Cardinals. So consider it. Consider those teams. Make your 4 picks. Call in at 702-483-4444. Remember, that's $25 cash coming at you. American Express gift card if you're out of town. 483-4444. We're live Tuesday nights. Geoff, how's it going tonight?
It's good. I'm good. How you been, man?
Fair, 4 square. Pope?
Man, same as last week, man. Always good.
Always good. Always good. We had some nice upsets this week, huh? In the NFL.
There's some good games this week.
There's some good games. Not too many, upsets. Almost some upsets. Jets almost beat the Patriots.
Yeah. Ray Lewis got beat down.
Nah, Ray Lewis got beat down the week before. But the Texans beat down the Ravens, though. Right. Bad.
Yeah, your boy Joe Flacco had his quarterback rating the lowest in NFL history, which is a .3. I don't know what the hell that is, but it's a .3 that he ended up
That's
with.
the second time that happened, ain't it?
Nah, that's the first.
Oh, man.
Yeah, .3, man.
How about the way the Giants came back to beat the Redskins? That was a good game.
It was a close game all throughout, and the Redskins took the lead late. I wouldn't say too late, but took the lead late with Robert Griffin throwing a touchdown pass to Santana Moss. But you can't never count out Eli.
Yeah, your boy. They was driving. They was about to come back and win it, but Santana Moss fumbled the football at about the 50-yard line and killed that drive and killed that momentum and sent them home with that L.
Let's talk about the Saints. New Orleans, they dodged the Bucks. That was another late rally.
Actually, the Bucks looked pretty good. With the first half, they were up like 21-7 at one point, and they were about to go ahead when I think of his name, Jenkins. I don't know his first name, but Jenkins. He saved a touchdown by tackling Vincent Jackson at like the maybe 2-yard line. And instead of the touchdown, they end up settling for 3 points, which would have, made it a larger league and a larger deficit for the Saints to overcome. But, can't never count out Drew Brees. He did his thing. He came back and does what a leader's supposed to do. Cam Newton need to take notes from him. Because, he's struggling. He's struggling on the field and mentally.
It ain't Cam Newton, man. He lead the team in passing. He lead the team in rushing. I mean, what else can you ask for that? You got 2 running backs that making damn near 60,000 combined. I mean, 60 million combined. And you got Cam Newton leading the team in rushing and passing, and he the quarterback. I mean, you really can't put the blame on him. It's the defense, and he ain't got no help.
It's not just him. It's just how he handles himself in the post-game interviews. You can't just say, "Oh, I don't know what's going on. Let's put a suggestion box out." Come on now, you can't.
What you expect from a man that's doing everything that's asked of him, and he not getting no help from his supporting cast?
But you gotta be professional at all stages. You just can't say no shit like that.
Hell nah, man. If you frustrated and you pissed off, man.
If you frustrated and you pissed off, it's a time and a place to say stuff. And after the game, when your obviously his emotions is high because they just lost a close game to Dallas, and man, I'm gonna find what this nigga said, cause
what he said got the GM fired, and then the head coach said later on, we about to fire we about to cut some players, we about to cut the assistants coach. He said some more cuts is gonna come down the line if these fools don't start performing. But he realizing the frustration that Cam Newton is doing. He doing pretty much the same thing last year that he did, but he not getting that much production from his other co-stars, his co-cast, or the other players on the team. Ain't nobody really stepping up and helping him out.
How about when he threw a pick in the red zone? I saw that. So it ain't just on Cam Newton. It just ain't on the other people.
I mean,
Cam Newton.
If you lead the team in rushing,
he takes a responsibility. He got to take responsibility for this loss, just like everybody else. It's a team game. It ain't Cam Newton. Oh, he does everything.
If you lead the team in passing and rushing, when you got 2-star fucking running backs, and you got a star receiver, you might as well be playing by your damn self out there.
Star receiver, 2 running backs, and what's the problem?
Man, like I say, he's doing it. If he leading the team in passing and rushing, what else can you ask from him? I mean, honestly, what else can you lyrically come to this man and say, Cam Newton, we need you to manage the ball more.
I'm not saying he's not doing his job. I'm saying his comments weren't warranted in the position that he's in. He's supposed to be the leader of this franchise.
Hell yeah.
You wouldn't catch Drew Brees or motherfucking Peyton Manning or
you had Tom Brady. Weeks ago go hard on that receiver and on that DB, and that DB intercepted the ball from him and came at him.
But did he say that in a post-game interview?
He said it on the sideline. Everybody read his mouth. Rudy read his mouth.
He said it in the side, but he didn't say that to the press. It wasn't said. with a microphone in front of his face.
The press is people just like us.
The press,
and you should be. You a professional. You should be able to speak your
if you're a
mind.
professional, you're supposed to be a professional all the time. Because
speak your mind and say what you want to say. You got Donald Trump, who said a couple things about the president. He a professional. He a billionaire.
He don't give a fuck.
That's my point exactly.
But these motherfuckers playing football ain't got money like Donald Trump.
But that's my point exactly.
Donald Trump could do whatever the fuck he want.
Right,
he can say whatever he wants because they don't got money like when you got money like Donald Trump. You can say what the fuck you want. You can do whatever you want.
Brother, is professional. It don't have no title underneath it. You a professional. You a professional. That's point blank. Period.
If Donald Trump,
I'm gonna find what Cam Newton said.
If Donald Trump had a football player salary, he'd cut his motherfucking throat.
Bobby,
I'm broke.
You're a professional. You say. I mean, you gotta be. You say what you say. If you under the eye of the media, you know what you gonna say is gonna cause reaction. It's gonna cause a whole bunch of stuff. T.O.'s one of them. But I mean, if you going out there and giving y'all, just like when T.O. went out there a couple years back with the Eagles and he hurt himself, messed up, he was talking shit about everybody. Then everybody was like, oh, T.O.'s no good, but he came out that next game and performed his ass off. And then after they lost, everybody was like, oh, okay. And he said what he had to say to everybody. I mean, you're allowed to speak, man. You ain't got to bite your tongue for nobody in this league, man.
When you start saying stupid, ignorant shit, white folks look at that and like, oh, we don't want him promoting our project, so you losing money at the end of the day. We don't want you with Nike shit on. We don't want you supporting Subway, acting out. You know, you just can't. It's certain shit stuff you got to say, and it's a certain time and place to say stuff. And right after a game when they just, took an L against the Cowboys, you guys know what to say, man. You just say. You say what's expected. You just don't go off the deep end and say, "Oh, we're gonna put a suggestion box out because I don't know what to do." Come on now.
You think he should restrain his comments and just keep it to
man,
himself?
He needs to know what to say. There's a time and a place to say everything, man. And that's you ain't never seen. You know what I mean? Even you ain't never seen McNabb go off the deep end like that. I don't. You know what I mean? You see,
McNabb had his time. She said comments. I mean, but it wasn't
nothing.
It wasn't like a suggestion box. He came at his team how a leader's supposed to come at his team. I mean,
I'm looking at the thing.
You come at him correct.
Cam Newton throws team under the bus after loss at Cowboys. Now Cam Newton calls for suggestion box after frustrating loss to Cowboys.
Well, I think the team should have just put one out there then.
For real, right? You know what I'm saying? They told Tony Romo to stop dating old girl because he was fucking up.
Who's that?
Jessica Simpson.
Is that right?
Yeah. They came hard at Tony Romo for messing with her. I mean, the media's
okay, listen to this. This is Cam Newton's statement from after the game. The past couple of games have been the same script by the same director. Newton said, "It's getting kind of boring. It's kind of getting boring. This taste, this vibe, I'm not buying it, man. And I don't know who is, but something's going to have to change. Something's going to have to change real fast."
Now, what's wrong with that?
No, but then he said, let me go. We just need to find a way to keep the game close just to see what happens at the end. Cam Newton said, "I'm getting tired of it. And that's not a formula to win. Domination is a formula to win. I'm going to bring in a suggestion box."
483-4444 is the number to call.
But what is wrong with that?
And I want your suggestions in the suggestion box.
Tell me what's wrong with that.
You don't throw your team. You don't
fucking circle with his team.
You don't throw your team. You don't throw your team under the bus. You don't throw your team under the bus after when y'all a team. Y'all going to war together. You going to war together, and y'all gonna throw him under the bus.
Now that you say it that way,
that nigga gotta grow. He gotta grow up, man. He gonna have the same thing gonna happen to him as the Vince Young shit. You know what I mean? Hey, why you think they do all them tests before they draft? They got to make sure your mental's right too. You could be Joe Montana, John Elway.
Young to Cam Newton, that's a whole nother. That's like a 10 and a 5, nigga. That's just can't do that.
I would think as a quarterback, the only people you want to not piss off is your line in front of you protecting you.
Correct.
I mean, you don't want to get out there.
And that statement that he directed was not towards his line.
It was toward the whole team.
It was towards the whole team. So you can say shit like that. He didn't pit nobody.
The lines are part of the team, ain't they?
He didn't pit nobody out. He just said what he had to say about his feelings about the game. When you leading the team in rushing, you leading the team in passing, you the franchise of the fucking team. who they building around you and who they putting in place around you.
It's a time and place.
Then you saying,
I'm gonna see what he said after.
Let's get this going.
So y'all kind of young. I remember.
I'm gonna see what he
way
said.
back. As a matter of fact, they didn't even have a year for it. They just called it way back. But way back, Dan Marino actually bought like Rolex watches for the front line, and he took care of them. Like they used to buy him gifts at Christmas time and things like that.
Right, Tom Brady did stuff like that for his own line. I don't know if Peyton Manning never did, but I know you heard a couple about Tom Brady doing that for his line. But I mean, you look at it as it's a team game.
Right.
And when you're the quarterback and they're telling you to stay in the pocket, pass the ball, and you know every time you run, just like Jeffrey said last week with Robert Griffin, every time you run, you risking your body for your team. So if he leading the team in rushing and you're a quarterback and your job is to stay in the pocket and throw the ball, that means every time you step out and you run, you're putting your body at risk more than anybody on the team. So if your players and your running backs ain't stepping up to help you out, wide receivers is dropping balls, that'll frustrate anybody.
It's kind of like a police lieutenant. He go out on more calls than the regular
right.
officers.
You know what I'm saying? You doing more than your whole staff, and you like, what the fuck is going on here?
It's like a supervisor at work got more time on the clock than all the workers.
Where everybody at? Why ain't nobody helping me out? I mean, he didn't say it individually to people. He said it in general as a whole team aspect. You feel me? So it's like, hey, y'all got to step it up. We got to put it together. Can I get a suggestion box of what we can do? They fired the GM. The head coach then came down and said, hey, we got a couple more people that's going to get fired.
You got to say that. Players. You got to say that inside the locker room. You know what I mean? The locker room about to be divided in Carolina.
Now, let me ask you this. Let's moving right along. The Jets and the Patriots played a game that went into overtime. Were you surprised by that, Pope?
Yeah, man, I was. It's just showing that the Patriots have that switch, man, that they turn off, they turn on, and they put in cruise control. And against the Jets, they put it in cruise control. The Jets played a hell of a game throughout. They had opportunity to win late, but Sanchez had, I think, a fumble or interception or something like that. And you can't, it's just like Brady's an excellent quarterback. So whenever he got the ball with 2 minutes left, anything is possible. And I think the Jets had the ball first in overtime, and I think Sanchez fumbled it, and the Patriots recovered, kicked the field goal, game over just like that.
Jeff?
Yep, that's what happened. It was a close game throughout, but it was back and forth, and you know what I mean, that the Jets had 2 or 3 times to get a stop that would have sealed the game, but they couldn't come up with that stop they needed. It was just kind of back and forth. Even though the Patriots defense is really, really suspect.
Thursday night, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will be taking on the Minnesota Vikings. That's a Thursday night game. 483-4444 is our number in studio if you want to get in on this. 4 games, $25 cash if you're right about it. Who are the teams? Sunday, October 28th, you got the New England Patriots at the Rams. The Colts at Tennessee Titans. Jacksonville Jaguars are at Green Bay on Sunday. Cleveland Browns will be hosting the Chargers. The Eagles will be hosting the Falcons. The Lions in Detroit will be hosting Seattle Seahawks. Miami Dolphins will be down in or out in New York against the Jets. Carolina Panthers will be against Chicago Bears in Chicago. The Redskins will go to Pittsburgh to play the Steelers. Oakland Raiders will go all the way to Kansas City to play the Chiefs, who are under a new quarterback, I understand, for that game. The Giants will be hosting the the Giants will be going down to Dallas to meet the Cowboys, and the New Orleans Saints will go out to Denver to play the Broncos. Call us with your picks at 483-4444 if you're calling from out of state, area code 702. This is Vegas Uncut Sports Talk. We're live every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Pacific time. Facebook.com. Join us, like us on Facebook at Vegas Uncut Sports Talk. Facebook.com/Vegas Uncut Sports Talk. Marvin Pope at Pope Picks, Popepicks on Twitter. Follow him on Twitter for the best of his picks. Randy is in the studio ready to take your calls. The man of the hour, too sweet to be sour. The man with the power to stick his finger in the ground and turn the world upside down. Going into a commercial break right now. We'll be right back after this on the other side. This is Vegas Uncut Sports Talk. Every Tuesday night, live from VegasAllNetRadio.com. Peace.
Oh, that's some old Dolomite shit.
What?
Stick his finger in the ground and turn the world
Hey guys,
You crazy.
are you an ass man? Or you like long, lean legs? Or maybe you're a breast man. But whatever it is you're looking for, you're going to find it at sexygirlsnext.com. We've got some of the hottest photos of ladies on the net. At sexygirlsnext.com, we guarantee you're going to find what you're looking for.
You hear Randy doing that?
Hey, do you love sports? I mean, really love sports. Sports, movies, TV. Watch 2,000 TV channels on a laptop or PC. Go to mynewpctv.com. Yes, 2,000 plus TV channels on your PC or laptop for less than 10% of cable and dish network. Watch sports from around the world on PC or laptop for $29. One flat rate, no monthly cost. Do you remember when movies cost $6 a person? Then came Blockbuster. They let you rent movies for $2. Then came Netflix. They gave you unlimited movies for $5 a month. Now, mynewpctv.com does the same thing to cable. Why pay $30 a month for cable or dish? Download our software at mynewpctv.com. Watch 2,000 plus TV channels, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year for $29 one-time flat rate. Go to mynewpctv.com. That's mynewpctv.com. mynewpctv.com. Go now, watch tonight. mynewpctv.com.
Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. It's the wildest, most radical sports talk you've ever heard. It's Uncut Sports. Uncut Sports Talk, Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. Join us live every Tuesday night to talk Monday night games, college games, pro football games. Every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. You now have a choice. Listen to those other dumb shows on other stations or tune in right here on Vegas All Net Radio. Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. for the greatest Uncut Sports Talk you've ever heard. 7 p.m. Tuesday nights, bitch. You're listening to Uncut Sports, the wildest sports show on radio in the world. Brought to you by kingofebooks.com.
Good God.
There you go. Get it, Rudy.
Yeah. Now y'all playing some music.
I told you, man.
This is like the only hip hop sports show on net radio, Vegas, on net radio. That should be the new hook. That should be the new gimmick.
What's that?
A hip hop sports show. Ain't no other hip hop sports show out there.
We're gonna talk hip hop, or we talking sports? So we just playing hip hop music?
No, playing hip hop. We should play some hip hop songs like between the conversations.
All right, we have your man work on that.
Yeah, and bring some hoes up in here to serve drinks.
Oh, here you go, man.
Yeah. See, I don't mind. Y'all can bring young hoes, old hoes, novel hoes, garden hoes. I don't give a fuck. Hey, we got G on the phone line joining us at 483-4444. G, you with us?
I'm right here.
Yeah, what's going on?
Let's put some good picks for this week.
Oh, you got 4 of them for us, right?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I'm asking you.
Oh, we got a contest going. Listeners call in and give us your 4 picks. We got $25 on the line, and you ain't even got to put up no money. What's that?
We're doing $25.
You can do a lot. You can do a lot with $25.
I can't wipe my ass for $25.
Hey, that motherfucker that you owe $24.
Come on now. I'm trying to get paid.
You get half a tank of gas.
Nah, man. I thought y'all had some good picks.
Yeah, man. We're gonna have some picks coming up here in just a couple of minutes. What you looking for? College or pro?
Both. I just want to dab on both of them.
Okay. I tell you what, we're gonna have a college pick coming up. Jeff's gonna have a college pick coming up in about the next 3 to 4 minutes, and then right after that, Pope will have a pro pick for you.
Is it guaranteed?
It's guaranteed.
So I gotta come whoop his ass.
It's guaranteed to be a pick.
I'm gonna have to come whoop his ass if I don't win.
You can't win if you don't play, right?
Oh, I'm gonna play, but if I don't win, do I gotta come whoop his ass?
You gotta ask him that.
We'll get him on the line.
Oh man.
There he is, man.
What's going on, man?
You got any good picks for me, man?
You know I do all day.
If I lose, do I get my money back?
If you lose, how much you gonna put down? That's the question. Let me see what you're working with.
You know, about 400 or 500.
Oh shit. So what you need? 1, 2, 3, 4. How many you looking for?
About 3 picks.
3 picks.
It gotta be guaranteed. I want no for maybe. Nah, I can't work like that. I I need some good picks, brother.
For sure. Stay tuned. I'll look into it and I'll send them your way.
Ain't no looking into it. You got to do it now. You have it or you don't.
Hey, I always have it,
Time
man.
is money.
Hey,
time is money, brother.
all right, G. You hold on right there. They're going to be coming at you in just a bit. I got to ask the fellas a couple other quick questions. Get your pencil or pen ready. The picks are going to come right.
Photographic memory. I can remember it.
Photographic memory over the radio. Right on. That's the reason I do radio, because I got a face. I got a nice face for radio.
Yeah, I know. I can see.
All right, G. Just stand by. They're going to come right at you with the best of the week. In the meantime, Geoff, I want to ask you about the Packers. Woodson broke his collarbone.
Yeah, he said he's going to be out for at least, I think, 4 to 6 weeks. It does hurt him because he's a leader in their, he's one of the leaders in their secondary, probably the main person that, main playmaker. They have Tremont Williams and they have some other players back there, but he leads that unit, and, it's going to hurt them. It's going to hurt them in, the weeks to come. But,
okay.
They have Aaron Rodgers, so, they're going to put up points. They just got to stop somebody.
Okay, and I mentioned going into the first commercial break that the Chiefs would have a new quarterback. Cassell's not coming back, huh?
Yeah. No, he got benched for Brady Quinn.
Okay.
So we'll see what he does. He started the game down in, I believe, Tampa a couple of weeks ago, and they got beat down. So he ain't shit really. So who the Kansas City Chiefs got this week? Oakland. Yeah, they got Oakland. I think Oakland's not really that good either, even though they had a good comeback against a weak team in Jacksonville this week. But I don't see Kansas. Kansas City defense shows flashes at times of being good, but I don't see Brady Quinn doing that much. He ain't really did much.
At home?
Yeah, Kansas City's at home. Kansas City Arrowhead Stadium's a tough place to play, but I don't see Brady Quinn doing that good. He ain't really did nothing since he left Notre Dame. So.
Okay. Now, in college ball, we're going to dip into college. If G's still out there listening and you're ready for it, comes the first college. Your first college pick coming up in just a moment, right after I asked Geoff about Florida dominating South Carolina.
Yeah, that was supposed to be like a big-time matchup, but Florida just, put it on and whooped them from the beginning. But people don't realize Florida, they had the down year last year because they had a coaching change. Urban Meyer left. But they're a good team. They have a lot of talent down there. They, when Urban Meyer was there, his last year he was there, they had, I think, a top recruiting class, top one or two top recruiting classes. So they've been bringing in guys that are playmakers that are good, and they've been developing talent down there. So Florida, they're legit number two, number three, whatever they are in the BCS and AP poll. And South Carolina had a tough game down at LSU the previous week. So they were. I don't think Marcus Lattimore. I don't know if he played, but I don't think he was 100%. So that really hurt them. And Florida, handled their business. They beat them from beginning to end. I don't know what the final score was, but they definitely covered the point spread. They might have won by maybe 25 or 30.
Kansas State beat West Virginia.
Yeah, no, that was a surprise. That was definitely a surprise. Right. But Kansas State's a well coached team. Bill Snyder, he did a good job last year, and they come back this year with the quarterback. The quarterback's he's a Heisman candidate, but he's not. I wouldn't consider him a great pro prospect, but he can definitely run the ball, and he's not a great passer, but he makes the throws at the right time to put the points on the board and keep Kansas State rolling. Kansas State, they run the table. They definitely in the. I think they'll make it into the national championship, but it's going to be tough. They got TCU, Baylor, a couple other pretty good teams. So it's going to be tough for everybody. It's going to be. With these weeks to come, the next 3 or 4 weeks, we're going to see really what, a lot of teams are made of.
Perfect. And speaking of seeing what teams are made of, G is waiting out there in Radio Land listening here at VegasAllNetRadio.com to us on Vegas Uncut Sports Talk every Tuesday night at 7. Right here in studio, 483-4444 was the number he just dialed. And you can dial in on that same number, 483-4444, to get in on this as well. Geoff, your first college pick for this week?
First pick is Vanderbilt. They have UMass at home. And UMass is not a very good team. I think they may have one win, but this time in the season where you get to I think this is week 8, when you get into week 9, week 10, or week 11, and you're not really looking. At least me, I don't look for teams that are beating teams down. You got to look for teams that's losing, because teams that's losing, they're gonna continue to lose. Majority of them. Some teams, that are losing catch bad breaks, unfortunately. But a lot of teams that are just bad teams, they just gonna continue to lose. And you got to realize these are kids still. They're like 18, 19, 20 years old. And when they get to a certain point in the season where they're not going to the bowl game, they don't. Some of the seniors don't got nothing to look forward to. Maybe a Senior Bowl where they can display their talent and try to make it to the next level. They're not. They're focusing on winning, but they have really nothing to play for, so it's hard for the coaches to motivate these kids to, perform in these late games. Again, even if there are rivalry games where the team is 2-10 or something like that, where they're going into the last game of the season, they're not going to be very motivated. They don't have really nothing to play for, so bet against the teams that's losing. So Massachusetts is a team that's losing. They really don't have nothing to play for. They're going down to Vanderbilt to play an SEC team, so. I think the spread is kind of high. It is 33, but I think the game should be over at halftime.
Is that right? You think they'll cover that 33?
Yeah, definitely. I think so. Massachusetts just got beat up by somebody this week. I forgot, but they've been getting beat up all season.
So go against Massachusetts.
Yeah, Vanderbilt. Minus 33.
And G get to beat your ass if
right.
All right, G, and every other listener out there at VegasAllNetRadio.com, listening to us here on Vegas Uncut Sports Talk. We're doing it every Tuesday night at 7. Pope,
What's up?
you're kind of quiet over there right now, brother.
Yeah, man. Just looking and thinking.
I was thinking myself about some things that happened in the news this week. Lance Armstrong, the cyclist.
Yeah, got stripped of his 7 titles.
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything. The nigga got dreams. They took his dreams.
But why though?
Because he got PEDs.
Why?
Performance enhancing drugs.
Convicted. They didn't. No tests came back positive. None of that.
Barry Bonds didn't get convicted either, but you see how they did him.
Right. The only reason Lance Armstrong got stripped is because he gave up the fight. He gave up the battle. He said he was tired.
But he did have all of his buddies snitching on him and stuff, so that don't help.
I mean, what you gonna go off, somebody's word or the test? All of his tests came back clean. He wasn't never tested for anything. It was just everybody's word against his word, and at the end of the day, he just said, "Fuck it, I'm tired."
So you think if he'd have kept fighting, he'd have...
Man, he's been fighting this for a couple years now.
Is that right?
Yeah, he's been fighting it for a couple years now. Ever since, about 3-4 years ago, he's been fighting it. But he just eventually just gave in. And as soon as he gave in, the next day, they stripped him of everything.
Because I read that not only did they strip him of the 7 titles, but he's actually got to pay back some of the purse money, some of the prize money that he won.
He got money. He got enough money. That ain't shit. He got money through Nike. Nike still
Nike dropped him.
Yeah, they dropped him, but he still got money from Nike. He's done so much for cancer with his Live Strong Foundation and all that stuff. He got money. So the money's not an issue. But motherfucker got everyone. They put it like this. I read something or heard something today on the radio that they're going to strip him for the 7 Tour de France titles, but they're going to vacate the win for everybody. No one's going to get the win because the 20 people behind him was cheating too. The people that whoever would have came in first, second, third, fourth, fifth, or whatever.
Right.
The 20 people behind him was cheating. So,
do you think performance-enhancing drugs are that prevalent in athletics?
Yeah, because it helps your recovery time. It helps your endurance. It helps everything. It helps everything.
I'm going to ask you a controversial question.
What's that? If he was black, what?
No, I wasn't going to throw the black thing in there, but now that you mention that, no. Well, because I was thinking, if Barry Bonds is going to be denied his home runs because they thought he
wasn't denied his home runs. He was just. It's just like, his whole legacy is tainted.
If he should have an asterisk by his name because of
all of that,
then Babe Ruth should have an asterisk by his name for playing in the league at a time that minorities weren't allowed to play. I mean, he could have hit all kind of home runs off certain players, but you put a Cuban pitcher in there, he might not have had shit.
Yeah.
Babe Ruth might have been like one of the worst players. You throw somebody like El Duque pitching to him, he'd be like, he has to get this man out of the game, please. Yeah, but okay, so you think
that's like a lot, but go ahead.
You think performance-enhancing drugs are that prevalent in athletics?
They do everything. It's like, look at Sean Merriman. When he was on performance-enhancing drugs, he was, leading the league in sacks. He was lights out, everything. He off that stuff now, shit, he can't get a job.
Okay, now this is the controversial question. Are you going to answer it?
What?
You know I want to go hard on you. Not on you, but I want to make some kind of controversy, okay?
What's it?
Which players in the league right now, or in any league, basketball, boxing, anywhere, which athletes out there right now do you believe are using some kind of performance-enhancing drug and it hasn't came out yet?
You want to go, Pope?
No, he was talking to you, Mike.
Oh.
Either one of you.
I don't know no players, honestly.
NBA.
I ain't really thought about no players using drugs, man.
No, I'm saying that you think maybe next in line to get discovered for such a thing. 483-4444.
You got Dwight on the line right now. I didn't think about it and go to Dwight.
Yeah, think about it. We got a caller on the line. Dwight calling in. Dwight, how you doing?
Yeah, what's going on, fellas? Calling in from the ATL. What's happening?
Hey, from the ATL. Welcome back, my friend.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
To the show that never ends.
Yeah, what's going on? Performance-enhancing drugs, you know what? I think right now, I want to say baseball. I don't know who. I do believe someone's going to come out and, if you look at baseball 10, 15 years ago, the players weren't that big. I mean, these players are coming out like monsters, like NFL players. And I know you need a lot of strength to get behind the ball, but, it's become so tainted. I mean, look at the ratings. Is there anybody even watching baseball? I mean, presidential elections and Fox News is getting higher ratings than baseball right now. And that's because of the election season, but also because no one's really watching.
Okay.
So I personally think that baseball might be next in line. As NFL, that's always been their covered secret because that's their $1 billion baby, so they're not going to really disclose. They have ways of keeping that under wraps. I'm sure there's plenty of those linemen, and I'm not going to drop names because I really don't know, but I do believe that there's a lot of NFL players that are probably trying to keep their job, and they're using it under the radar. I don't think basketball so much, though. I don't know why. I think basketball, I think most of those players are just genetically athletic in what they do.
Really? Let me ask you this about basketball. Do you find it unusual that LeBron James, in all these years he's been playing, has never been hurt?
No, I don't. I think he can, coming straight out of high school and his athleticism, I think he still has a little bit of growing to do in terms of his body strength, and I think he's kind of growing into that strong athletic build. I don't really think he either puts himself in those compromising positions where he, comes down hard at that ankle or drives to the lane where he's gonna, mess his shoulder or knees or anything like that. But I think his athleticism speaks for itself. I don't think he really needs to get injured right now.
I think he's a freak athlete, but when have you ever in the NBA have seen someone run that fast, jump that high, and never get hurt?
Blake Griffin, he's pretty fast too. But
in the history of NBA, run that fast, jump that fast.
But when you say fast, how fast have you ran? To have everybody track this speed.
But you see how fast he moves with the ball. He moves pretty fast with the ball. He gets up and down that court pretty fast.
Allen Iverson used to run that fast to me. His crossovers was just as fast.
He wasn't. Allen Iverson won 260 pounds, 6'8", and can touch the top of the backboard either.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know. I think basketball, at all the sports, I think basketball is probably the least represented in terms of the performance-enhancing drugs, but I would have to say baseball, just looking at those players and just how big they are.
I think you see a lot of no-hitters and perfect games, and more no-hitters and perfect games in baseball now because they're cracking down on the performance-enhancing drugs too. Because in the past 10 years, you got past 10 years, you haven't been having that. It's been no hitters and perfect games, but you look at the past 2 or 3 years, no hitter, perfect game. It's like every other week. At least every month or every 3 weeks, there's at least a no hitter. And these guys aren't, they're not using that. They're not on that juice, so they're not hitting the ball as frequently as they were when they were on it. That's what I feel. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I think there's some policies behind that too. They want to protect that as America's game, so they got a lot of money behind it. And these these officials saying, hey, I want to protect it for my kid. Please don't ruin baseball. Like those kids at basketball and football. Please protect our baseball because that's all we got.
You gotta really look at the little leagues though. That might be on that verge because the little leagues and the high school is where baseball is really took off at. The little league that they got, I think every year they got the little league tournament, World Series or whatever they call it. That's where you really got to pay attention to them kids really on juice or drugs or whatever you want to call it. That's where you got to pay attention to. But as far as the big dogs, you may got a couple who career is on the verge of declining that may pop something or try to up their little career. But as far as the pitchers go, shit, some of them just get lucky, man.
I think they'll let them do it as long as they're making the money. Because you look back in the day when Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa, it was Ken Griffey. Ken Griffey went on the juice, but Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa, when they were hitting all those home runs, baseball had those high ratings, home run rates. It would cut.
But I don't think Sammy Sosa was on no drugs. He just had that bat loaded or that cork.
Sammy Sosa had to be on something. Sammy Sosa went from being a black man to a white man.
Sammy Sosa was on all kind of shit.
I never heard Sosa.
He was on something that we can't even explain.
Look at a recent picture of Sammy Sosa. He was like an alien.
Sammy Sosa was with that cork in the back. That's all I remember about. I never really heard of no steroids.
Let's put it like this: long as it's making ratings, people's coming to the games, buying souvenirs, buying Sammy Sosa, buying Mark McGwire jerseys, all that shit. Long as it's making white folks money,
but like I said,
they gonna let them do it.
The decline of their careers. That's when you got it. Mark McGwire was declining. That's when he came out with them home runs. And Sammy Sosa was declining. That's when he came out with the bat. It's when they're declining when they got nothing else to look forward to.
They don't care. They don't care when they making the money. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, if Major League Baseball made $1 billion in one season, who give a shit about the integrity of the game and none of that? We got money in our pocket. You know what I'm saying?
Dwight, do you have some picks for us this week?
Yeah, we on week 8. I'm going to go ahead and go with, I want to say that there's going to be an upset. And I really think Chargers is playing really lousy right now. I'm going to go ahead and go with the Browns over Chargers. I know it sounds ridiculous, but I think Chargers are going to lose another one. They're going to go into Cleveland, and they're going to lose. As for the other games, I'm also seeing if the Falcons could really go on the road and do something against Eagles. This is going to be their true test up there. The Eagles going to play Butterfingers and drop. I don't know. The Falcons will definitely test themselves. And Colts at Titans. Titans not looking too bad either. I don't know. What's the odds on that? Is that a pick 'em or what is that?
Titans are -3.5.
Titans might 3.5. I think I'll take that. I'll take the Titans on that. And Raiders and Chiefs. Yeah, I'm gonna stay away from that game. So that's where I'm at right now. I think they'll set
Chargers, Titans, and who else?
Chargers, Titans,
and Falcons.
And Falcons over Eagles in Philly.
Okay, it's one more.
Okay, let's go ahead and go with my final. I'm going to go ahead and go with the...
You go with the Steelers now?
You know what? I don't usually bet with them. And they're playing Redskins. RG3 is looking kind of nice. He's a monster. But I'm not going to bet. I'm not going to bet that. But I'll tell you what I will bet. I will go ahead and bet the big yardage game, Saints at Broncos. I think, Drew is going to struggle against Manning. And Manning's on a high right now. I'm going to go ahead and take Broncos. What are you showing on the spread on that one?
-6 Broncos.
Wow, that's a stretch.
But George, these games, These games just got to win. This is a straight up. This is not
right. We should have mentioned that to you also.
Okay. Okay. Well,
yeah, for the sake of the radio show, it's just a straight up win.
Okay, fine. Let's do Broncos on that.
Right on, Broncos.
Yes, sir.
We got you down, Dwight. Thanks for calling in. We appreciate you every week right here at Vegas. All right,
thanks, bro.
VegasAllNetRadio.com. This is Uncut Sports Talk every Tuesday night at 7 with Geoff and Pope. So we got Dwight's picks on these 4 games here. Now, one more steroid performance enhancing question I want to ask you, Geoff.
What's that?
Boxing. Another one that I'm suspect of.
It's a bunch of them now, man. It's like
I'm very suspect of a man from
Philippines.
From Philippines. we don't have to call no names, but
yeah, he looked really shitty in his last 2 fights. The one against Marquez, and of course he looked decent, but he didn't have the power like he had in previous fights.
Because he threw like 200, 300, 400 punches a fight, and he used to.
You figure, Timothy Bradley was coming up from 140 pounds, fighting at 147. I don't know what his weight was at the time of the fight, but he could knock Shane Mosley down. He knocked Miguel Cotto down, even though it was at the catch weight. But you can't knock Timothy Bradley down, and he hit him with some clean shots, even though he was missing. He missed a lot, but when you're not on that stuff, you just regular like everybody else.
Do you think that's why why there's so much hesitation with the Mayweather fight? That
I don't know. I think it's all about money. They're just making us wait, and then we're gonna wait, and they know everybody gonna buy it. Pay-per-view probably gonna make, the pay-per-view price on it's probably gonna be $80. So you figure $80 times all those people that's gonna buy. They just milking it, so they can make the big money.
Pope, any thoughts on that boxing performance enhancing or any other?
Nah, man.
Nothing. Now the World Series starts tomorrow. The Tigers and the Giants. We don't usually talk baseball on here, but I think you gotta have some kind of selection on that.
It'll come down to pitching, man. That's what that's what it ain't about.
You think the Tigers will sweep?
Nah, I don't think so.
You don't think they'll sweep like this?
The Giants, they may not win, but they're gonna get at least 2, maybe 3.
You know what? It sounds funny whenever I hear people in the sports book talking about the Tigers swept the Yankees.
Yeah.
And the other day, now when you say it that way, it sounds okay. But when I heard somebody say, "Yeah, the Tigers swept New York," I was thinking, New York ain't never been swept. You ever been to New York? All right, NBA next week. So NBA preview. Who are the top teams coming out of the East and West for the NBA?
We're gonna talk about it next week. We're gonna just have a whole half of the show to NBA, East West. So we're gonna get into that. So everyone listen. So you'll.
But I just gotta state this real fast. Like I said before, the Lakers have no bench, and they showed in preseason they are 0-6. And that's primarily because, the backups and the bench is trying to play and get their spot, get their rhythm. But it just shows that they have no bench, and it's going to come down to, in basketball, it comes down to your bench performance. Regardless of how your starters do, your 5 do, it always comes down to the bench.
Okay, cool. It comes down to the bench.
Always. That's why Miami didn't win it the first year, because it came down to their bench. They didn't have nobody. They beat
483-44-44 is the number to call. We got a caller on the line. Wes is joining us live right here on Vegas Uncut Sports Talk. Wes, how you doing?
What's up, man? What's going on?
What's going on, brother?
Oh, man, just chilling and shit. Man, you know what's up.
Yeah, pimp shit. Get my hair cut, get the car washed. Pimp shit.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, man, I got a haircut today, right? I got a haircut today, and they asked me while I'm sitting in the barber chair. They asked me, do I want a lap dance? They have freaks that come in and give you a lap dance while you're having a haircut, man. And you know who I'm talking about too. Wes,
you're crazy, man.
Oh man, we're glad you called in, man. It's good to hear from old friends. How you seeing the football this week, man?
Man, you know what? I really can't call it. A lot of disappointments, a lot of games I bet on. I don't want to talk about that right now because I lost some money on it. But for me right now, it's football. Everything is up in the air. everything is up in the air. That's how it's going down right now.
You ain't rolling with your Cowboys this week against the Giants?
Well, I mean, you know, of course I'm a Cowboys fan, you know, all the way to the fullest, man. But, you know, hey, what have Cowboys been doing? Tell me that.
They just won at Carolina this week. They were 3-3.
Okay, but we was doing real terrible just not too long ago. So, you know what I mean? Everybody be clowning on me on that, you know, but I'm still a Cowboys fan to the fullest. You know what I'm saying?
So give me 4 picks, man, so you can get this $25, man. 4 picks. Give me the rundown, Rudy, of the games.
You need the games, man?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, I'm going to do them real quick, all right?
All right.
Thursday night, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's your friend Greg's favorite license plate.
Yeah, Minnesota.
At Minnesota. Sunday, October 28th, New England Patriots at the Rams. Indianapolis Colts at Tennessee Titans. Jacksonville Jaguars at Packers, Green Bay.
All right.
Cleveland Browns will be hosting the San Diego Chargers. Philadelphia Eagles will welcome the Atlanta Falcons. The Lions, the Detroit Lions will be hosting Seattle. Miami is going to New York to play the Jets. The Panthers play in Chicago against the Bears. The Redskins play at Pittsburgh against the Steelers. The Raiders go to Kansas City to play the Chiefs. The Dallas Cowboys go up to New York to play the Giants. And the Denver Broncos will be hosting the Orleans Saints. And Monday night, the 49ers and the Cardinals.
Who you like?
Thank you.
You still there?
I think we lost him.
Oh, Wes, you
hung up. All right.
Somehow it got lost in the translation, huh? Pope.
What's up, man?
What's happening, man?
Chilling, man.
All right. Let me ask you something, man. Let me ask you about the Eagles and the Atlanta game, because our previous caller, Dwight, said that he was going with the Falcons on that game.
Yeah, you roll with the Falcons, man.
You roll with the Falcons?
Bye week. Both teams is coming off a bye week. Falcons is hot. Eagles still struggling.
Now, is that your first pick for this week?
Yes, sir.
Atlanta Falcons, because you know G's still listed.
They plus
ass whooping G. He's waiting, man.
So they plus points. So I mean, you always take. I mean, they plus points. So, and they going against the Eagles. So.
But they're only plus 2.5.
Right. Spread is gonna change because everybody gonna hop on them Eagles.
Okay.
So. You know, you win some, you lose some, but the Eagles is gonna lose.
Okay.
And just be another sad day for them.
Okay, so that's your first pick for the week. G, if you're still listening, man, there you go. There's your Atlanta Falcons. We're going to go back to the phone lines at 702-483-4444. We got a Randy on the line. Randy, how you doing?
What's up?
Hey, we're making it happen, man. How you doing out there? You like the Packers, right?
Yep.
I knew that. So what's going on with you this week? How you see some of these games unfolding?
Well, for my 4 picks, I guess.
Right.
I obviously have the Packers over the Jaguars because, you know, I don't think the Jaguars are going to have a rushing game at all this week.
Okay.
And then
Go ahead.
I got my Redskins over the Steelers because RG3.
For sure.
He's just tearing shit up.
Okay.
Another rookie I'm going to go with is Russell Wilson with Seattle.
You think
the Lions?
Oh, you think Seattle's going to beat the Lions, huh? Okay, and fourth?
The fourth one, let's go with. Give me 1 second. I'm looking at the. I guess I'm gonna have to go with the Broncos over the Saints.
Broncos.
Packers, Redskins, Seattle, Broncos.
Packers, Redskins,
Yep.
Seattle, and Broncos. Those are your 4.
Got them.
Yep.
All right, we're glad you called in.
All right, thanks for having me.
Any thoughts on the player? Anybody with steroids? Who do you think might be on steroids?
I'm not gonna. I have no idea.
Nobody pay attention to it, man.
All right, we appreciate you calling in. Thank you, Randy.
Yeah, thanks.
Take good care. 702-483-4444 is the number to join us every week at 7 o'clock right here Pacific Time on VegasAllNetRadio.com. We are Uncut Sports Talk. Any last thoughts, Geoff, on college this week?
Take Indiana. They're on the road against Illinois.
Indiana against Illinois.
Yeah, Indiana against Illinois.
Pope, we got Redskins, Steelers, Giants, Cowboys, Saints, Broncos,
I'm
Niners.
taking the Titans over the Colts.
That's your second pick, Titans over the Colts?
Yep.
Next week, starting tomorrow night, actually. Tomorrow night, the World Series begins with the Tigers.
Oh, yeah, take the Tigers tomorrow, too. Even though the Giants is coming off that big win, they hot, but they going against a pitcher who does not play.
Who's that?
Verlander.
What do you mean does not play?
That motherfucker don't play, man. That motherfucker solid right there. He in a league of his own this year, man. He's solid.
That's Marvin Pope from PopePicks.com. You can follow him on Twitter at PopePicks, PopePicks. Jeffrey.
What's up?
Notre Dame's at Oklahoma, Florida's at Georgia, Mississippi State is at Alabama, and Texas Tech is at Kansas State.
I like Oklahoma. I don't know about the 9.5 or 10. I think it's at 10.5 now. I'll take K-State.
You know, Vegas is the only place where you hear even like little kids talking about football and basketball games, and somebody say, "Oh, the Lions won last night, man." They're like third graders. The Lions won, and there's somebody in the back of the class say, "They didn't cover though."
Yeah.
Basketball starts next week. We're gonna talk basketball next week, right?
All week.
Greatest team in the NBA right now has got to be the LA Lakers, right? With a new lineup.
Yeah, with a new lineup. We're gonna work.
Dwight Howard's gonna dominate. You think so?
We're gonna work out the kinks. We're gonna work out the kinks. It's gonna take time, but you know, shit. You know what I mean? Come June, we'll see.
Who's the best team in it coming out with? You gotta say. I roll with the Thunder.
You gotta say Miami. They the top dogs in. They the top dogs as they champs, but you know. Hey,
I'm gonna say
it ain't how you start, it's how you finish.
You gotta, and the Lakers finished at home last year. But you gotta look at this. OKC is still the defending Western champs. They still got the squad. I mean, who gonna stop Kevin Durant?
That's right.
You still got James Harden, and they got that experience. They got that taste of that championship. You fucking with some young, hungry cats going against some old veterans. They gonna get out.
7 o'clock next Tuesday night. We'll see you right here. We got your picks. Randy, Dwight, Wes, and G. We love you guys for listening in. Stay tuned. See who get the bread. All right, we're out of here. This is Vegas Uncut Sports Talk, live every Tuesday night on Vegas All Net Radio. Randy, we appreciate you in the studio with us tonight. Randy M. from the Chill Zone. Peace.
Chill Zone.
Views and opinions expressed on this program are those of the hosts and guests and did not necessarily reflect those of Vegas On Net Radio, its affiliates, or its parent company.
I'm Martin O'Leary, of the O'Leary clan, from behind Main Street Books. And I don't always listen to Internet Radio, but when I do, I listen to the Tenacious Band of Sin City on VegasOnNetRadio.com from 7 to 10 p.m. They're also
in the living room.